Big day for Penn Murfee making his major league debut, Mike. Swing and a miss. First strikeout in the show. Congratulations.
I was in Miami. I was running on fumes. I had very little sleep. There's some crazy travel that I had to get through. But I remember being very calm in the bullpen. I kind of knew that the situation of the game was a certain way for guys like me to get in, you know, first-time pitchers, relievers coming in, not such a close game. So I could kind of read between the lines that I might be getting a shake at it.
Very good big league debut. Gets a couple of strikeouts.
I just remember being very calm. I felt like the timing was, you know, right, and I didn't want to say I kind of knew what to expect, but as soon as I ran out the gate, all that went out the window. I was very nervous. I remember running to the mound and trying to just take it all in, like, hey, you don't know if this is the first and last time that you'll do this. So soak it in. I remember getting to the mound and my legs were shaking so much I could hardly keep my cleat, you know, in the ground. And at some point I just thought to myself, just trust your preparation. Like, you've done so much work up to this point, you'd be a fool not to just try and compete and enjoy it. And it ended up working out, but yeah, I was really nervous. My heart was beating, but I did have a lot of teammates who kind of met me at the mound, you know, and they just said, hey man, deep breath. That was really, really welcomed, because I was sure nervous. So my baseball path was a little bit unconventional. A lot of my friends from kindergarten, I heard, were signing up, and none of my family had ever played baseball, so it appealed to me just because I wasn't really familiar with it, and just wanted to be a part of the group, you know, in kindergarten. So I did play in high school at Montgomery Bell Academy in Nashville. I wasn't drafted. I wasn't even considering, you know, being drafted at that point. I was 160 pounds and not very good, but I ended up going to Vanderbilt, played there for 4 years. I had a groin surgery during my junior year. When I had that repaired, I came back for my senior fall and couldn't really move around like I was used to. And that's when I made the transition to pitching. So I pitched a few innings at Vanderbilt my senior year. I had no plans to play professionally at that time. I really didn't know what I was doing when I graduated. I still had a year of eligibility, and I looked into using my 5th year of eligibility. I had a coach named Kobe Ginsberg and some friends who were encouraging me to play one more year. But I pitched my 5th year at Santa Clara and got picked up in the 33rd round of the draft by the Mariners. So it's 2018. It's a little bit of an off route. I don't think many guys do the senior sign, but it's been a huge learning process. I still learn a lot every day, and when I reflect back on it, you know, it doesn't feel weird to me personally. But when I share my story with other people, they kind of mention, oh, that's not your typical route, but it all worked out. I was raised in the church. I was confirmed. I was Episcopalian, but I really didn't know Jesus at all. And I'd say by the time I was in high school, you know, baseball was taking over my life so much that in the summers, you know, Sundays you're playing games, and I didn't really carve out a lot of time for the Lord, and I really fell away from Him, especially in college. You know, I was doing my own thing and really didn't even think about it. And it wasn't until after I was drafted, I went through my 5th year in California, and you know, there's a significant chunk of time where I was just by myself and very lonely and unsure of where I was going and why I was doing what I was doing. And when I got into pro ball, that's when I started to key back in on certain piece that my teammates and the staff members who I worked with had, and I craved it. And there's one single commonality between all of them, and that was that they were followers of Jesus. No matter what I do on the field in terms of performance or outcome, that's not really playing for Him. You know, do everything with all your heart and all your soul and all your mind, and like playing for Him to me is just representing Jesus in a good way, and you know, playing with joy and using the gifts that I've been given to try and do my best, but at the end of the day know that like, whatever happens, I'm accounted for and I'm provisioned for. So playing for Him is just a reflection of that for me, the joy that I have to be able to come out here and do what I love, but impact so many other people, you know, whether it's waving at someone in the stands or just smiling at somebody, getting a ball. Like, there's so many little moments that I can share the joy that I have out here with the fans and other people. And that's playing for him in my mind, is just being a redirection of that joy that I get. I guess you could call it prodigal, my faith journey, you know. I think that we all have times of doubt, and we all scuffle, but mine was just very prolonged, and I didn't know where to turn, but I was lucky that God put people in my life to say, hey, you know, you need to look in the right place, and I'm very thankful for that. But being a part of the Mariners organization has been a huge blessing. I'm Penn Murfee, and I play for him.